Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to teach you how to structure your diet to make it the most enjoyable as possible for getting and staying lean year round. This is exactly what I do each and every single day to basically structure how I eat throughout the day, not necessarily what I eat, but how I eat throughout the day so that it is enjoyable and it makes hitting my goals, whether I'm cutting, whether I'm trying to maintain, whether I'm lean bulking, it makes hitting those goals so much easier. It's effective and it's just enjoyable. So I want to teach that to you guys in this video. So the first thing I want to say is whether you're cutting, whether you are maintaining, or whether you are lean bulking, you can use this way of structuring your diet. Really what matters is that you are hitting your calorie target, you're getting sufficient protein, and that your training is dialed in to support muscle growth. And so the same level of discipline that it takes to cut is the same level of discipline it's going to require to maintain your physique. It's the same level of discipline it's going to require to, put on size and lean bulk, as opposed to, dirty bulking where you're just gaining a bunch of extra fat. So even with a lean bulk, it still requires discipline because you don't want to overeat in calories and just gain a bunch of unwanted fat. It's going to ruin your physique. It's going to blur, your definition. And so you want to have the same level of discipline no matter, what your goals are. Cutting, maintaining, lean bulking, doesn't matter. And so you can use this way of eating, this way of structuring your, diet, your meal plan, whatever you want to call it. You can use this no matter what your goals are. This is what I do every single day. It's sustainable and it's enjoyable. And so really the first point I want to make, and really the first thing I recommend doing every day, is a daily fast. Now, basically what I mean by this is intermittent fasting, pushing your first meal 4 to 6 hours into the day so that you are saving the majority of your calories for later in the day, which means you're going to get to not only reap the benefits of intermittent fasting, throughout the morning, you're also going to get to, reap the benefits of having bigger and more satisfying meals later in the day, namely being able to stick to your diet, which is the most important part of any diet plan. Like, can you sustain it? Can you stick to it? When it gets a little bit difficult, when you're a little bit hungry, knowing that you're able to, eat the foods that you like and enjoy it, even though you might be a little bit hungry or whatever, you still get to stick to it. You still get to, be consistent with it and sustain it for the long haul. Now, obviously, you can't be in a calorie deficit or whatever for a super long time. And, eventually you're going to get to the point where you're going to have to, raise your calories, maybe eat around maintenance, go into some sort of, surplus for a lean bulk or whatever. But, the most important part about any diet is making sure that it's sustainable and that you are enjoying it. And so I recommend a daily fast to save the majority of your calories for later in the day, making it more enjoyable to eat a bigger, more satisfying meals. The second thing that I recommend is when you do break your fast, having a meal or two that equals, about 20 to 25% of your daily calories. So if you need to eat, 2,800 calories in a day, 20 to 25% of those calories should be in the first, 1 to 2 meals that you eat in the day. I recommend in this meal having things like, maybe eggs, Greek yogurt, a whey protein shake or two, maybe some rice cakes and peanut butter, some bananas, some apples, things like that to make it, enjoyable, to make it filling, to make it nutritious. You also want to hit some protein, 30 to 50 grams of protein with these first 1 to 2 meals. I like to, like I said, have a little bit of fruit, have some Greek yogurt, have some protein shakes or whatever to really, fill me up, hit some protein goals, help me hit my protein goals, and also have some carbs and fats in there to really just basically satisfy me, satiate me, and make it easy to kind of wait until dinner, which is the third step, which is to save, 50 to 60% of your calories for your dinner feast. Now, this is the most satisfying part of this diet plan because you get to have a really big dinner. You don't have to eat, every 2 to 3, small meals every 2 to 3 hours. You get to have, a moderate lunch or maybe, 1 to 2 small meals, when you break your fast, maybe an afternoon snack, a couple hours before dinner, but then For this third part of the diet plan, you get to have a huge meal, 50 to 60% of your calories. This could be things like steak and chicken, some sort of, just, half a pound to a pound of meat, ground beef, potatoes, vegetables. It could be pizza. It could be, burgers and French fries, whatever. Choose something that's going to fit within your calories and hit your macronutrients, especially your protein, but also your carbs, also your fats. It can be whatever you want as long as it's within calories and hitting your macros, but 50 to 60% of your calories, it just makes it super enjoyable. You're going to be full. You're going to be, satisfied. Some days you're going to wonder, like, how am I even going to eat any more? But you kind of just, it's the most enjoyable part of the diet plan, the meal structure, or whatever you want to call it. But then, a couple hours later, I really recommend saving, 20 to 25% of your calories for some sort of small, dessert every night. Now, a lot of people are going to think I'm crazy here for saying that you should save, 20% of your calories for, some sort of like chocolate or maybe some cookies or, cake or whatever. If you like those things, then you should be able to fit them into your diet. You don't need to cut those types of foods out of your diet in the name of being, healthy, in the name of trying to lose weight. You can lose fat, you can maintain a lean physique by even while still including your favorite foods like Reese cups and chocolate and Snickers bars. And it sounds ridiculous, but the reality is that losing body fat is a matter of calories in and calories out. It comes down to a calorie deficit. Eating in a small calorie deficit to where you can still fit in your favorite foods. I'm not talking about going crazy. Someone commented on one of my last videos, basically that, I'm promoting, just eating junk food and still getting lean. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the majority of your diet, 75 to 80% of your diet, maybe 85% of your diet is healthy, whole and nutritious foods. You're hitting your proteins, your fats, your carbs with a good, a ratio of proteins, fats, and carbs. But you're still able to fit in things that you like Snickers bars or Reese cups or whatever, cookies or whatever. You don't even have to do a nightly dessert if you don't want to. I'm just saying you can and still get lean and stay lean. And so just to kind of recap, I recommend a daily fast, you're going to reap the benefits of a daily fast, fat mobilization, increasing growth hormone, blah, 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 blah. But the biggest thing for the purposes of this video is that you are saving the majority of your calories for later in the day to have bigger, more satisfying meals. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that you are going to break your fast with 1 to 2 small meals. Your first 1 to 2 meals of the day are going to be 20 to 25% of your calories. Again, I recommend things like Greek yogurt, fruit, protein shakes, anything that's going to help you hit some of your protein targets and carbs and fats. And then you can have, maybe a smaller meal before dinner or whatever, some fruit, some Greek yogurt, something like that. But then for your dinner feast, you're going to have 50 to 60% of your daily calories in that meal. Steak, potatoes, pizza and burgers if you want, whatever. But make sure that you're having, hitting the rest of your protein target in that meal. It's going to be a big, satisfying dinner feast. It's the most enjoyable part of the diet. And then lastly, saving some, 20 to 25% of your daily calories for some sort of small snack or dessert that you love. And this is going to make it so satisfying and so enjoyable. And it's basically going to allow you to stick to a diet. Again, whether you're cutting, whether you're maintaining, whether you're lean bulking, it requires the same amount of discipline. However, it doesn't have to be miserable. You don't have to, hate, dieting or hate restricting your calories. You can enjoy it by eating the foods that you like and love. And so that's what I do every single day to maintain a lean physique. Right now I am in the process of, right now I'm eating at maintenance. which for me is a little bit higher than a lot of people. My maintenance is around 2,900 to like 3,000 calories. You know, I'm 6'1", about 172 right now. My goal is to eventually get up to about 182 through a lean bulk. So I did cut about 10 pounds of fat recently. At the end of my last lean bulk, I was so bloated, and I kind of just allowed myself to gain a little bit too much fat around my waistline, more than I would have liked to have seen. And so I did end up cutting a couple inches. I'm down to about 32 3/4 in my waist right now, which is great. But now I'm focusing on putting on some size and filling out in the chest and the shoulders and the arms over these next several months. You know, I would say for the next 6 to 9 months, I'm going to be lean bulking. But right now I'm kind of in that transition period from cutting to bulking. So I'm maintaining right now, putting on a little bit of muscle. Crazy enough, just since I started eating at maintenance, my waistline is down like half an inch, which is a little crazy, like a 1/4 inch to half an inch, something like that, while my weight has like stayed the same. So that's like a really ideal situation for me. So but this is the way that I'm eating every single day. It's the way that I structure my diet every single day. I am playing around a little bit on my training days with eating a post-workout meal, because I do train at 5:30 in the morning, you know, 5:30 to 6:30. I want to just kind of experiment and see, you know, how my body responds to, you know, eating a post-workout meal around 7:30 when I get home from the gym. And so I'm not technically fasting on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. However, I am still doing a fast on my rest days. Now, not everybody trains in the mornings. And so for those that don't train, I would recommend just, you know, fast in the mornings. If you do train in the mornings, you know, don't be too strict with it. I'm experimenting right now, you know, if I'm going to get better gains, better results by, you know, having a post-workout meal in the mornings. But this is how I do my diet every single day. It's enjoyable. It's sustainable. I've been doing it this way for a really long time, and I've seen great results. And so I wanted to share that with you guys. If you need help with your nutrition or with a workout routine, I do want to encourage you to download my free 30-day fitness jumpstart guide. This is a free nutrition plan as well as workout routine for you for the next 30 days to lose your first few pounds of fat and start to put on muscle by gaining strength on some key exercises that I give you in this workout routine. Again, it's a 4-week workout plan, 30-day routine for you to begin losing fat, putting on muscle over the next month or so. Would love for you to download that at adamfarrellfitness.com/jumpstart. adamfarrellfitness.com/jumpstart. Put your email in. I will send that to you immediately for free. Let me know in the comments below, you know, was there anything you learned in this video? What do you want to see more of in these videos as I continue to put out weekly content? Would love to hear from you and basically, you know, give you guys helpful content that you know, you're looking for and that you would like to hear from me. But that is going to do it for today's video. I'll see you in another one really soon.